For a long time I could never understand this secret, how my mother always knew when I was coming home. When I returned from school, the door would open even before I knocked. When I came back from college, as soon as I reached near the door, I would see my mother's happy, glowing face. She welcomed me with a loving smile, gave me prayers, and then I would sit near the brick stove in the courtyard. My mother made hot, fresh bread, and I ate with joy. When my favorite food was cooked, my mother would say, "Come, let's have a competition." This competition was very interesting. She would put bread in the basket and say, "Let's see, will I make the next bread first, or will you finish this one first?" She cooked so quickly that just as I took my last bite, a fresh hot bread would come off the pan and into my plate. In this way I ate 3 or 4 breads. But I never understood who actually won the competition. There were some rules in our home, and everyone followed them. We were not allowed to go out after sunset. But after completing my education, I got a job in a company in Lahore, and I often came home late at night. Still, my mother's routine never changed. Even if I came home at the time of Fajr, early morning, I never had to open the door myself. When I was late, I tried to open the door quietly so my mother's sleep would not be disturbed. But just as I took the key out of my pocket, the door would open. I used to ask my mother, "How do you know that I have come?" She would smile and say, "I recognize your smell." Then one day, my mother passed away. After her death, one night I came home late again. I stood at the door for a long time. Then I gathered courage and gently knocked. I waited, but there was no reply. I knocked again. When no one answered, I sat on the brick step near the door in the street. Lost in my thoughts, I don't know how long I sat there leaning against the door, and I don't know when I fell asleep. I only remember hearing the call to prayer from the mosque. After some time, my mother's friend from the house opposite opened her door. She came out with pain in her eyes, put her hand on my head, and said, "Son, your mother used to look out for hours from the window of your room that opens towards the street. The moment you stepped into the street, she would run downstairs to open the door." She added, "Son, your sister-in-law used to get angry because when you came home late, the noise of utensils in the kitchen disturbed her sleep." Then she looked at the window with tearful eyes and said, "Son, now this window will never open again.